Hello, fellow travelers. It is turnaround day. So, most of the ship is getting off, and we're going to have a whole bunch of passengers getting on. I am going to wander around the Embarcadero and Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco while they get the ship all situated. So there's a couple of choices. I can either just wander off with the rest of the passengers, or if I don't want to get off before 10:15, they have us meet in the Wheelhouse Bar, and then they will walk us through customs and then back onto the ship. We do have to be back on board by 3:15, so I'm thinking it's 9 o'clock now. I'm probably just going to go and get some food and see what kinds of things are interesting in the Embarcadero and Fisherman's Wharf. I'll let you know what happens.
Room number?
B756.
Baja 756, Suzanne.
Yes.
Lucky people to go back on. I wish I knew.
There's a lot of you.
Yeah, there are.
There's a lot. Right this way? Yeah, I know.
What are we in line to do now? Oh, get back on. Get back on.
I think so.
He said we are lucky. I thought it was pretty. Excuse me. If I'm not getting off the ship and getting back on, can I just leave now?
Are you
I'm
touring?
in transit, yeah.
This is in transit.
I know, but I'm not getting back on the ship. I wanted to go out.
Okay,
and...
yeah, go help
Okay,
yourself. There's
thank
an
you.
escalator or the stairs or the...
Thank you. Excuse me.
fellow travelers. It is the evening of turnaround day, and it's been a good day. So, having never done a turnaround for a back-to-back, I thought, I think I'll go through the whole process just to see what it's like. And so they had us meet at the Wheelhouse Bar at 10:15. There was a lot of people doing back-to-backs. It was really crowded. It was like standing room only in there. I was really surprised. And even the customs person, when we were all filing out, was commenting on it. So yeah, there was quite a lot of people. And so they had us individually check in by cabin number into the Wheelhouse Bar. So when you first get there, there's a line for that, and then you get in and you try and find a seat. I happened to find one of the few single seats that were left with, a group that was already taking up the other ones. And we waited there for probably 15 more minutes, and then they had us all file out to the, to get off the ship. So they had us on deck 7, and we all just kind of walked out to the promenade, and then they checked us out again with our badges or our medallions, and they walked us off the ship, and then we filed through one of those snaking lines you go through to go through customs. And basically all customs was everybody having their passports open to their picture and kind of flash it at the customs agent as we stroll by. And, he would just take a glance at it and say, okay. And he didn't stop and look at anybody. So I don't know what purpose that was supposed to serve. But yeah, I guess the idea is that since we're not going to be leaving the ship until, another trip through, that it doesn't make sense to do a lot of scrutiny and hassle for customs, because we're just going to go back again. So they snaked us all through that line, and we went back out to where you would normally go down to get your luggage. There's an escalator and a stairway there, only they had us snake back, and then we were in another line to get back on the ship. And at that point, I just asked the person who was sort of crowd control if it was okay if I just, since I didn't want to just get back on the ship right now, if I could just go off and enjoy San Francisco for a while. And so she showed me how to get out of the building. And I went down to Pier 39 and had a good time there. I had a sourdough bread bowl full of very good clam chowder for lunch, and a raspberry mojito, which was quite tasty. And I shopped, and I walked around and saw the sights, so to speak, and played tourist, and that was fun. And then I came back to the ship, and the line going back was already quite long. It was longer than it was when I was going through the first time last week. And this was probably maybe 1:30. Yeah. So I had the little in-transit card. They give you a little card that says in transit. And I showed, instead of going through that crazy line, I went to the front, and they had, the line that everybody was waiting in, and then they had the other one for additional COVID screening. And I went and I showed her my in-transit card, and she just waved me through. And so I then went upstairs and had to join the line for security. But it moved pretty quickly, it was probably 15 minutes to get through security, and it's, that's not bad at all, really. And then there's, of course, the line where everybody is trying to do their check-in and show their COVID status and all that fun stuff. And I showed him my in-transit card there, and they told me to just walk around the back of it and skirt the whole thing entirely. And then I got to where you actually walk out to the ship, and they stopped us because they had too many people forming a queue, and they didn't want all those people standing inside of the gangway and basically causing a lot of weight on the gangway. And so they were stopping traffic so that the people on the gangway would all have a chance to get off, and the line would be short enough that, they could actually send people along and not have them stuck in the gangway. And so that was probably another 15 minutes of waiting for that to clear enough. And then when I got off the gangway, I showed the in-transit card again, and there was a couple of the people who were also in transit. They let us go first before they let sort of a queue of people who were waiting, who had been checked in, go. And they let us go into a different entrance, so we weren't part of that queue as well. And then I was on the ship, and that was nice. We did our sail away under the Golden Gate Bridge again, and I slept through it. I fell asleep. I took an impromptu nap, and when I woke up, I had missed my dinner reservation time. It was just the dining room, so it's not a big deal. And I had missed the sail away and going under the bridge, and I guess I was tired. Sort of went down to the International Cafe and got some tidbits and made my dinner that way and called it done. And tomorrow is a sea day, and I'll see what kind of mischief I can get into. So Lucy signing out.